Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike other YouTube channels, this is a channel that only showcases shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe.
So let's get into today's video. I am aware that Halloween Cup is almost over. However, as the player that only uses shadow Pokemon, I feel like it's only right that I give you my take on a shadow Mawile team. Of course, we are going to be pairing up in a triple shadow team, and to cover some of Mawile's weaknesses, I've got some double poison in the back, as obviously it is really going to struggle with azumeril. The two poison types that we've got are going to be the GOAT of the poison type, Shadow Drapion, once again running Aqua and Sludge Bomb, and one of my favourite new Pokemon, or new addition this season, I actually only powered it up for Halloween Cup, Shadow Golbat, running Wing Attack, Poison Fang and Shadow Ball. I am running my Mawile on Fire Fang. I know a lot of other people have used Ice Fang, however I'm going with Fire Fang, really try and hunt down them steel types that obviously do hard counter our poison types, and I'm going with Play Rough as a secondary move, not Iron Head. So we are going to be leading Shadow Mawile for the duration of the video. And now without any further ado, let's get into the battles. In game 1, we pick up a great lead against Dragalge. They switch out into Mawile of their own, and I haven't really got a great response for this. So I fire off this power up punch just to get a bit of chip damage, which goes unshielded, and now I make a switch into my own Drapion. This is only going to be a power up punch, so I don't need to shield it. And now this opposing Mawile is in Aqua Tail range, so I'm going to overfarm just a touch. If the opponent doesn't shield, this Aqua Tail will take him out. Aqua Tail goes unshielded, and I expect them to come back in with that Dragalge, as obviously it is going to want to avoid our Mawile. We get a great bit of lag, which is pretty unfortunate. However, against Toxicroak we can spam out these Aqua Tails, and we've obviously got a great response for it in Golbat. The opponent looks like they're going for an aggressive farm down, so once again we managed to get to another Aqua Tail. This is really going to be putting pressure on their shields. We do draw a shield, and now we've got the perfect alignment. We can now bring in our Golbat, what resists absolutely all of Toxicroak's moves, and obviously we are hitting for super effective with these wing attacks. I'm not going to shield this up. Sludge Bomb, Mud Bomb, Dynamic Punch, you name it, it's all resisted. You can see even the squishier Golbat does manage to tank that with no problems. I go for this Poison Fang just to lower the defense to make the Mawile match up a bit better, and I now switch out into my own Mawile. I am going to have to shield up these Aqua Tails, however this Dragon Tail isn't too threatening as we actually double resist it, as both Fairy and Steel resist Dragon type moves. I am now just going to go straight Pup in this matchup to really vamp up my attack. Once again the Dragalge gets to a move, so I am going to have to shield this up. We shield up the next Aqua Tail. I'm going to look to try and commit to a farm down, which we managed to do successfully. And now I go for this Pup. Obviously Pup is resisted due to Toxicroak's poison typing, however I'm just trying to vamp up my Fire Fangs. The Toxicroak does manage to farm us down, however whatever move this is we should survive, and the wing attack should have registered to take him out. So you can see there we managed to win game 1, GG's to that opponent. Moving on into game 2 of the video, we pick up a terrible lead against azumeril. This is why we've got double poison in the back. Once again, our Drapion save switch is met by a Toxicroak, so we are looking pretty bad here. However, we do run Aqua Tail, so we can spam out these Aqua Tails. We actually draw a shield from this Toxicroak, which is a bit strange. I am going to shield up this Mud Bomb, and I'm going to try and get this Toxicroak really low. So I'm going to spam out these Aqua Tails, hopefully get another shield out of the Toxicroak. If we can go shields down, we'll be in a great position. We outpace them to the next move, so this Aqua Tail once again should draw a shield from the Toxicroak. We managed to get both shields, which is great for us. I'm only now one Poison Sting away from the next Aqua Tail. I've got a tough decision to make. I could shield this and take switch, or I could just let it go and take shield advantage. I decided to let it go, and instead I'm going to come in with this Golbat. The opponent actually switches back out into azumeril, which is a bit puzzling to me. I've got no idea why they'd switch into a losing matchup. So I go straight for this Poison Fang. I am going to have to now expend my shield here, as Ice Beam does do huge damage to Shadow Golbat. I'm counting the bubbles. We unfortunately time our charge move quite poorly, so this Poison Fang is going to get him quite low. And on the 5th, I managed to switch out into Mawile. I don't want to tank an Ice Beam on Golbat as it would take us out. So I tank it, resisted on Mawile, and we managed to have Fire Fang down. Back out comes Toxicroak, that gets farmed down as well. Let's see what they've got in the back. In the back is a Drapion. Mawile's got a fairly decent matchup here. However, with no shields, we are going to struggle a bit. So I'm just going to try and get it as low as possible and put faith in our Golbat clutching out this game. The Drapion fires a crunch, just about takes us out, and now it's down to Golbat. I'm going to go straight for this resisted Poison Fang. I'm going to try and wing attack down. This is going to be a close one. The Drapion is getting to a move. We should survive one, although Crunch will get us super low. They actually fire off Sludge Bomb. I'm unsure if Sludge Bomb does more damage. Obviously, it is resisted, but does get stab. Obviously, Crunch will also get stabbed, so I think that was a bit of a misplay. We managed to take him out, and we take that game. So GG's to that opponent. Moving on into game 3 of the video. We pick up a great lead against Ninetales. The opponent switches out into Scrafty, and this is where, once again, Golbat comes in clutch. We go straight for this Poison Fang to lower the defenses, and then we're going to look to commit to the wing attack down. The opponent is going to hit us quite hard with a foul play. However, it doesn't do enough to really threaten us. I'm going to look to try and commit to the wing attack down. The opponent gets to a last minute move. I am counting. It's only 5, so this is going to be a power-up punch, which is going to do absolutely nothing. And we've actually got a Poison Fang loaded should that Ninetales return. The opponent does return with the Ninetales. Unfortunate for us, we are probably going to get fast move farm down, which isn't ideal. The opponent actually gets scared and they actually dump some energy, which is great for us. So Golbat's done its job. We allow it to go down. I come back out with the Mawile. In the back is a Galvantula. Mawile here is going to be absolutely feasting on this opponent's team. You can see these boosted Fire Fangs are absolutely shredding. I know they're going to go for a lunge, but I'm going to shield it up anyway. They actually discharge, which is great as they haven't lowered our defense. And the opponent sees the writing on the wall and lose that game with 2 shields. There you can really see the power of Mawile. Moving on into the next game of the video. We pick up a lead against an Umbreon. Umbreon is super bulky. However, luckily for us, we do resist absolutely all of Umbreon's charge moves. They go for Last Resort, Foul Play, Dark Pulse, or even the new Legacy Psychic. Everything is resisted. The opponent is staying in, which is a bit strange as it is going to be a losing matchup. I go straight for the Dazzling Gleam, not expecting a shield from the bulky Umbreon. However, they do shield, so I think they must be double weak. So I decide at this stage I'm going to switch out into one of my back Pokemon to see what it is that they're trying to get to avoid our Mawile. My Drapion safe switch is met with a Nidoqueen, and this Nidoqueen's in a bit of a rough spot as we are running Aqua Tail. So the opponent switches it out. They have to go for Earth Power or Stone Edge to really threaten us, and we go for back-to-back Aqua Tails. These Aqua Tails have got it down to 1 HP. They actually go for the Earth Power, which is fine. I am going to take my shield advantage. At this stage, I feel like I'm in a good spot. Up shields. They were obviously had something in the back that wanted to avoid Mawile already. So Mawile up shields, I'm hoping can clutch out this game. And in the back, they've got a Jelicent. So I am kind of scratching my head a little bit to why they did stay in. However, I'm going to shield this move up. I imagine it'll be a Bubble Beam. They actually go for Shadow Ball, which is great for us. And now I switch out into Golbat. So I am going to try and go straight for this Shadow Ball. They actually beat us to the charge move, so I'm going to shield this move up. It is the Ice Beam, so there's no Bubble Beam. And they actually switch out back into Umbreon. So now we are in a bit of a rough spot. How are we going to win this game? I go for back-to-back Poison Fangs. This is going to get the Umbreon really low, and their defense is now double debuffed. The Umbreon is going to hit us with a charge move. If they're not running Psychic, we will survive. It's just a foul play. You can see we do survive that up. I'm now looking to try and wing attack down, which we do. The Jelicent's dumped all its energy. So Golbat is going to throw the big nuke of Shadow Ball. Is this going to be enough to take out the Jelicent? We actually draw the last shield. They respect the Shadow Ball. We bank down energy on Mawile in the back. Is this Play Rough going to be enough to KO? Play Rough does KO. And you see that Mawile is a Jelicent counter confirmed. GG's to that opponent. Moving on into the next game of the video, we pick up a lead against Wormadam Trash. This is brilliant, and they actually switch out into a Dragon Breath user. Dragon Breath obviously is double resisted, so this is not a great matchup for them. However, I do switch out. to preserve that really good Wormadam Trash matchup. I switch out into Golbat, as obviously we don't want to see any confusion damage. I go straight for this Poison Fang, however we are outpaced to the move. I am going to shield this up, as I do want to maintain my switch, or maintain alignment I should say. I go straight for this Poison Fang. Poison Fang does go unshielded, so we are down a shield, but we still have got the correct alignment that we want. The opponent comes back out with Wormadam. I managed to get to a Poison Fang, so this Poison Fang will be lowering the defense, which will mean the Fire Fangs will do even more damage. I am going to come back in with Mawile. We're going to try and get some Fire Fang damage off, which we do. In the back, they've got a Scrafty, so we're in a bit of a rough spot. It looks like this could be a loss. We are going to have to land a Sludge Bomb. However, this Scrafty has got 2 shields. I decide to go for the Hail Mary. I go straight for a Sludge Bomb. Let's see if the opponent respects it. The opponent does respect it, and it looks like we are going to get countered down. I'm not going to shield up a pop. And we go, once again, we managed to get farmed down, and it looks like this game is most definitely over. However, we are going to play it out. Once again, I'm not going to shield this up. Power Up Punch does quite a lot of damage. I go for a Power Up Punch of my own, but it looks like they are going to counter us down before we Fire Fang them down. We get the second shield, and Scrafty farms us down. GG's to that opponent. The backline there really had a good matchup against our backline. Moving on into the next game in the video. We pick up another lead against something that is quite problematic for our team. Qwilfish is really spammy. These Aqua Tails are going to hit fairly hard against all 3 of our Pokemon. You can see it does over half our health. I go for this Power Up Punch just to try and vamp up my Fire Fangs. I really don't have a great answer for this Qwilfish, but I eventually decide I'm going to switch out into Golbat, and we're met with a Jellicent. Looks like the opponent is a real Spice Lord. I've not seen a Jellicent other than this one. They go for a Magnet Bomb that does huge damage to our Golbat. As it is a Bug Steel type, I go for the Hail Mary Shadow Ball, hoping they don't shield, which they don't. We managed to one-shot the Jellicent, and we've managed to regain switch advantage, although this Qwilfish in the back is still going to be a huge problem for us. They bring in a Fortress, so once again I go for the Hail Mary. It's really unfortunate that in this game we've got terrible alignment. Our Mawile does dreadful against Qwilfish and does brilliant against everything else. I bring in the Mawile now. This is going to be the Mirror Shot, so I do shield it up. I'm hoping to try and get some Fire Fang damage up. The opponent does a really good job, and now I'm going to have to burn my second shield. I shield this up and now make a switch into Drapion. Drapion, without running Crunch, is really going to struggle in this matchup. These Aqua Tails are really going to add up, and we are forced to go for a move that is resisted. Both Aqua Tail and Sludge Bomb is resisted by Qwilfish. You can see now that I try and build up to that back-to-back Aqua Tail. I imagine the opponent is going to have to shield. They don't shield like a madman, and once again I'm looking to get towards the back-to-back Aqua Tails. Let's see if the opponent shields this one. Once again they don't shield. It looks like they're putting it all on Fortress. It's going to be a race. Can we Fire Fang down before they get to a move? You can see these Fire Fangs are absolutely shredding. So it looks like the opponent made a bit of a mistake there. We managed to take that game. In the next game, we pick up the mirror match. We've got Shadow Mawile versus Shadow Mawile. So I go straight for this pop. The opponent doesn't shield, and now they're going to go for a pop. So this is going to be IV dependent. I'm also not going to shield, and it's going to be a IV matchup, and it looks like we've both got similar IVs as we simultaneously KO. These are always fun situations. We're both waiting at our switch timer. No one wants to bring a Pokemon in first, and we actually go into the mirror, so I wonder if we're in a mirror team. We build up both towards the Shadow Ball, and I switch out to catch the potential Shadow Ball onto Drapion. We aren't running a mirror team as they've got Azumeril in the back. This is normally a good matchup for us, however our defenses are lowered. I go straight for the Sludge Bomb, and the opponent actually calls it, and they shield. I am going to have to shield up all these moves. If they go for the Ice Beam, it would KO with our lowered defense, and once again I am going straight Sludge Bomb. I'm not messing around here, I'm going straight for the nuke. We actually managed to land it this time, and now I am going to go for this Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail should KO from this range, which it does. You can see I'm spamming out into Golbat. I'm now going to go for the Poison Fang as we've got energy and they've dumped all theirs. I imagine the opponent is going to call the bait, which they do. However, I thought the safest player was to go straight Poison Fang. Because we're so far ahead in energy, they are going to have to shield a Poison Fang at some stage. This again is only going to be a Poison Fang from the opponent. They actually go for a Shadow Ball, so I don't know how they managed to get the energy there. However, they do back out as I know the game is over, so GG's to that opponent. I didn't actually count enough wing attacks for the Shadow Ball, but I must have missed one somewhere, but we take that game. Moving on into this next battle. We picked up a dreadful lead against the Azumeril, we safe switched into Drapion and we met with Galvantula. This again isn't a great matchup for us, but Galvantulas love to shield, so I shield up. I then go for their Aqua Tail bait, which we get, and I'm now going for this Sludge Bomb. With our lowered attack, I wonder if it's going to be enough to KO. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite KO, but Shadow Drapion, the absolute monster that it is, manages to Poison Sting down. Drapion wins back switch, which is absolutely key for us, and they've got a Mawile in the back. So once again, Drapion is absolutely going off in this battle. We're spamming out these Aqua Tails. We get the Mawile down to around half health. This is just going to be a pop. However, I know that our Golbat with shields is going to be able to handle that Azumeril. They switch out into the Azumeril. This is going to be the Ice Beam. The Azumeril is ahead in energy, so this is actually a bit dicey. If we was on even energy, I would fancy us winning this matchup. We let a bubble through again, which is terrible. The opponent doesn't actually shield. We get a bit of lag, which isn't great. I managed to get to this next Poison Fang. This should definitely be drawing the last shield, which it does. However, they're now at the Ice Beam. Will Shadow Golbat be able to tank it? We tank it just about. However, this Azumeril is really healthy. The opponent makes a bit of a mistake here, switches out into Mawile, which gives us free farm, and just about with 1 HP, that opponent switching out was really the win con for us, and we managed to get to the play rough and take that game. Sometimes you really do have to be patient. Even when the game looks over, the opponent can make a mistake and you can capitalise and come back. So that was the Shadow Mawile team. It was a lot of fun. It was actually really successful. I did manage to climb a fair bit of elo using this team. I think the triple shadows with Mawile lead is just really oppressive. A lot of people do panic. Like you can see there, the opponents were making a lot of mistakes, even though these games were played around 25 to 2600 elo. So not a bad standard, and even then, just the oppression of the triple shadows. People were panicking and we were capitalising. So if you would like to run this team, I would recommend it. Obviously, Halloween Cup is leaving tomorrow. If you want to gain a quick bit of elo, and these battles do absolutely fly by, so if you haven't got much time, this is a team you can run. Once again, I'd like to say thanks for watching. If you've got any shadow Pokemon you'd like to see, post it in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next one.